Hey, it's Bonefist, Peterborough's first real superhero, and in this video, I'll show you how to make a shield that's strong and resilient, just like Captain America's, out of parts that are super accessible. Some of the stuff you'll need for this build will consist of the cover from a household fan. Make sure it's metal. This will give us that shaping of the shield that we want, and the rest of the plating will be inside of that. Of course, the plating, you could use paper. It's a lot easier to get that shape with paper to curve it into the shield. But you can also use HDPE. If you haven't seen my video about that, go check it out. Link will be in the description or possibly above. You're going to need some scrap metal or tin cans for some of the parts, the handle, and the kind of bracing. Some tape, glue or zip ties can also be really good. Of course, you're going to need tape. And possibly a drill or some other tools, as well as, some scissors. And that's pretty much it. Step one will be determining what you're going to use for the actual plating inside of the fan cover. So like I said, I've used HDPE plastic and just kind of made this shaping, cut the pieces down. I have like corner pieces and edge pieces, and they all come together to make this circle. On the first one, I did use paper, and like I said, the same thing, cut it into this circular kind of shape. And then make sure it's going to fit inside and be below the edges of the fan. You don't want it to come above the rim, or at least be flush with it. Step two is super simple. You want to take your fan cover and your tape, and you're going to want to start covering the entire front and back. Obviously, try and keep it as flat as possible, and just slowly work your way around. Now, I usually will do a couple layers, but you can kind of get the idea. You want to take your time, try and kind of keep it in the same direction. The longer you take on it, the nicer it'll look. And once you get the front side filled in completely, you can also fill in these gaps through the fan so it's all kind of flush with either some glue or, some other kind of filler. Try and get it as flush as possible. And obviously, if there is bumps, you can go over them again with another piece of tape and it'll kind of flatten it out. What I like to do is go from the top, do the whole top. You can fill in the stuff with whatever you're going to use, glue or filler. You don't have to. And then do another kind of one around the rim, so there's no edge pieces on the rim. It's all kind of flattened around. You're most likely going to want the front to look the best. If you have to sacrifice some bad stuff, or sacrifice some kind of aesthetic look to it, you're going to want the inside and not the front compromised, if you're going for more of an aesthetic look. So you get the idea. Fill it in and get the entire thing filled in, and then we'll come back when that's done. Now that you got the entire panel taped up and possibly glued in where you need it, you can start focusing on your brace and your handle. Now, what I use for the brace is just a large can attached with some zip ties or possibly some tape or glue or screws, whatever you need to use to attach it. And then the handle, I used some scrap metal I had. I think this is from like the side of an old microwave, and formed that into a handle. And then obviously drilled some holes in that, put some zip ties through it, and it's all connected and taped on. So you're going to want to figure out what you're going to use. Obviously a bigger can or a other piece of scrap metal like I used can be shaped into the kind of arm brace shape. You could maybe even use a belt or just zip ties themselves to kind of make an arm loop to go through, as long as it's sturdy. The next step will be taping it all together. Of course, you're going to want to line up your circle with your panel from your shield, your cover, and make sure all the edges are in there or flush. And then you can start attaching it. I recommend, if you do end up kind of cutting your can or shaping your handle, if there is some rough edges, you can kind of smooth them down with the tape by going over it. So we'll just put some straps of tape on there. It'll also make it a bit more comfy. Like I said, you're just going to put pieces on and attach very slowly your kind of circular plate into your shield. Make sure everything's flush. Probably go around the edges first. This is another opportunity if you want to use kind of a filler, maybe a caulking or a glue to fill in the insides if you're using something that doesn't bend as much. Like the first one, I did use paper, so it's a lot more malleable in terms of bending it in there into the shape that I want for the plate. But with this, it still works pretty good, so I think we should be fine. But just keep taping it on there. Go around the edges, and then you can overlap. And then, of course, tape your brace and your handle so it all matches aesthetically. Unless you're really digging the look of your brace and handle, you can just kind of keep it the way it is. And just continue taping around. At this point, your shield is basically ready to go. You have both sides on. It's pretty weighty, protective. Of course, I could finish up the rest of this and add some more aesthetically pleasing things to the front. You know, maybe some circles like Captain America's shield or a inner symbol like the first one. You know, it's up to you. You could also spray paint it or do whatever you want with it. Make sure to check out my Instagram. I'll probably have a finished product picture or maybe even some videos of me testing it while it's all finished up. You now have your very own shield. You know, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. And make sure to hit that little notification bell so you know when my videos come out. And like I said, check out my Instagram. Link will be in the description below, as well as the video for the HDP plates. So, thanks for watching. Bone Fist out.